Assalamu alaikum. If you are a developer and you care about your future, you must start a business in 2026. This is not optional anymore. OpenAI and Anthropic literally both at the same time released their most powerful model yet. And it's a coding model specifically. We have Claude Opus 4.6 and we have GPT 5.3 Codex. In this video, I'm going to show exactly what those models do, how much of an upgrade it is, what are companies who are actively using these models today, what are they saying about it, about how much it's replacing their engineers basically. And then I'm going to show you an actual business that you should start with your skills. And it's a business you can do outside of your job. You can generate revenue fast and it's going to leverage exactly the skills that you have built in your career. Why can I say this? Well, this is literally what I have done myself. So around a year and a half ago, I quit my job as a senior software engineer in New York City to start my AI business. I had a good job, alhamdulillah, like nothing to complain about. It was on top of the Empire State Building, had a view on the whole city. I was earning high six figures. So alhamdulillah, everything was good. However, I saw how the market is evolving. I saw the painting on the wall. So I knew that in the future, one or two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to regret not taking part in the AI revolution and missing out on maybe the biggest opportunity of my life, or I'm gonna become obsolete at some point and maybe lose my job and be in troubles. Or it might be both as well. So I decided to start my own business. And this business, it's an AI agency. It's called Codebender AI. You guys can check it out. It's codebender.ai. You can find out like our clients what to do. This is the first business that helped me cross the $10,000 per month. I tried a bunch of different businesses in the past. Like as I was working on my job, I was trying a bunch of businesses. I was always trying to start something. I tried the SaaS, I tried e-commerce, I tried a couple of different things. They made me a little bit of money, but nothing really generated substantial revenue until I was able to start this business model. And I know that the strategies work because I've literally documented everything that I've learned along the way on this YouTube channel. So you can find like our older videos as well. And we have also taught a lot of brothers how to make the same things, how to get deals and how to make over $150,000. This is the deals that I personally know of. So inshallah, this is going to be beneficial for you. Now let's look into what is this upgrade. So we have Claude Opus 4.6. They just released this new model, and then we have GPT 5.3 Codex. So what is the difference? So these models, like every new upgrade they do, are just faster, better, more performant, cheaper as well. So it's just a natural upgrade of the models until the moment that it becomes a fully autonomous senior software engineer that can just run code bases by itself. And then naturally, does that mean that every single engineer in the world is going to be laid off? No, most likely not. But does it mean that hundreds of thousands of developers are going to be laid off? There's a high chance that this is going to happen because you simply don't need as many people when those agents are able to do some of the work that needs to be done. And you don't need like hundreds of engineers to just monitor on all the work, right? Fewer people are able to do it. That's most likely what's going to happen. And this is what we see. Like now this model is able to do full-fledged games completely autonomously. It's able to create like complete web apps. Obviously, we had seen some of those things happen before, but it's just an upgrade where it gets better and better. And the main thing is that it becomes more autonomous and it can fix bugs by itself. It can work more autonomously. That's the main thing. If you look even here, what they're saying about Codex 5.3 is that Codex is moving beyond writing code, which is what we saw in the past, right? We had a lot of different tools to just help you write code. But now it's using it as a tool to operate a computer and complete work end to end. That's the direction of those agents. Companies want agents to be as autonomous as possible and work 24/7. They want to be able to have the agents perform like a human who can work 24/7, open files, create accounts, manage repositories, fix bugs, do QA, auditing, etc. This is the direction where it's going. It's end-to-end work. Obviously, if it's end-to-end, where do you fit in the picture? That's the thing to think about, right? Anthropic, same exact thing, the same exact goal. So the models are becoming better at reasoning, coding. The unique thing about Claude Code as well is they're adding agent teams. So now you have like agents collaborating on tasks together. There's a lot of different upgrades as well. They're extending the context window. There's a lot of companies who talk about the fact that it's the strongest model that was ever shipped by Anthropic. So look, I want to show a few reviews of companies and what they say about this model. And this is the reason why I tell you guys, like you cannot play it safe anymore. Look, Claude Opus 4.6 autonomously completed 13 issues and assigned 12 issues to the right team members in a single day, managing a 50-person organization across 6 repositories. It handled both the product and organization decisions while synthesizing a context across multiple windows, and it knew when to escalate to a human. Another one here, Claude Opus 4.6 handled a multi-million line codebase migration like a senior engineer. What did I tell you? They want to get to a stage where they have a senior level autonomous AI agent that can run completely by itself 24/7 and do the work much faster than a human, right? Finish in half of the time. This is the direction where it's going. And if you think companies are not going to leverage it, they're not going to try to build it, you're highly mistaken. Does this mean that every single software engineer on the planet is going to be terminated? No, most likely not. But does this mean that we need less people now to do the same amount of work or even to do more work? That's most likely the case. Because these models, every single update, they get faster, they get cheaper, and they get better. Does it show signs of stopping? Not really. Right, so this is the thing that you have to prepare. And naturally, if this is happening, there are going to be layoffs, right? Like most companies, this is a recent article. Look at this, a few days ago. More companies are pointing to AI as they lay off employees. This is CBS News. So you have to think about how you can protect yourself and protect your family before you're put in a situation where you lose your job and then your income goes down to zero. So let's discuss how you can make it happen and which business model is the right one for you. So here you have to learn how to adapt. And for that, there's three main buckets that you have to focus on. You have to become an AI integrator. Because if you think about it, who is going to be the last person to be replaced in the worst case scenario where AI just replaces everyone? Most likely it's going to be the people who integrate AI into businesses, right? Next, you need to build business relationships. Because if today you lose your job, who are you? Like, who are you now beyond your job? Do you know people in business? Are you connected to someone? That's why you have to build those relationships. Because if in the event that anything happens to you, those business connections that you have, they're going to come very handy. They're going to help you. And then you want to have multiple streams of income. Because if you lose your job, you lose your single source of income. And then what happens? Right? You want to have multiple clients, a business that runs, so that if you lose one client, you still have other clients. You're not going to be down to zero overnight. So this is the goal. I'm going to show you now exactly the business model that I used, that I've helped countless brothers start as well. And inshallah, I hope that you guys are able to start this as well. This requires you to do work though. So if you expect something, I know you guys are busy. I know you have a job, you have a family, you have multiple things going on. This business model, just so you understand, this requires you to take at least 2 to 3 hours of deep focused work every single day for 90 days to kick off the business. If you're not capable of doing this, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, it's most likely not going to be for you. This takes time to build this, because you need, especially if it's your very first business, if you have never done a business before, it takes around that amount of time. You have spent years in college, you have spent years working in a 9 to 5, like 8 hours a day to get that salary that you have, and you expect that you can just start a business working like less than an hour a day. That's not realistic, right? You expect to be lucky, which is not a good strategy. So here, you have to put in 2 to 3 hours per day, and we're going to show you the strategy. So there's going to be 4 steps in particular that you have to take. Step number 1 is that you have to pick your niche. This is the first thing, right? Like, if you want to sell something, you need to know who do you want to sell to, and like who is the types of businesses that you're going to be working with. So here our goal is going to be to integrate AI into traditional businesses. That's going to be the goal, because you are a developer, you have some skills that are still needed. And they're needed specifically by people that have no idea about tech, they have no idea about AI, right? They need it even more. For example, lawyers, accountants, doctors, dentists, real estate agents, like all of these guys, they don't know at all what AI is, how to stay up to date with it, like which automations to build, which agents to build, how can AI help them grow their business. They have no idea about any of this. So they need help. So the first thing is that you're going to be looking at some of those businesses based on your background. So look into who are the connections that you have in your personal life? Where are the past experience that you had? In your city, how many of those businesses exist? So for example, if you live in a city where there's a lot of law firms, maybe law can be good. If maybe you have some friends who are lawyers, maybe you have some family members, maybe you have some former classmates who became lawyers. Think about it like this. Think about which business do you have access to. That's one. Second, you want to work as well with businesses that have enough money to pay you. So what do I mean by this? Like, we work with businesses that make at least $1 million per year. Why? Because we sell services that cost between $5,000 and $10,000. A business that barely makes money, how can they afford to pay us? Like, you have to work with businesses that have enough money so that they can easily sign a deal with you. The benchmark we use personally is around $1 million plus per year. As you begin, you might target less, like $500,000 or $200,000 per year, which is a very small business still, but they still have some capital to pay you. So as you go through this list, you pick some niche that you want to focus on, and then you think about an offer, like what are you going to sell them? And there's multiple things that you can sell them. You can sell them consultancy, like audits, workshops, training. A lot of businesses, they need this now. You can sell them voice agents. Always think about, you see there's 2 categories that I've outlined here. It's like, how can you help a business make more money, or how can you help them save money? Because it's always about this. No matter which business owner you speak with, they want you to either help them save money or they want you to help them make more money. In general, they actually prefer you making their money. So for example, you can sell voice agents that qualify leads, that reactivate old leads, that answer the phone and then they book appointments on the calendar. Because more appointments on the calendar, let's say if it's a law firm, right? Leads are calling. If they miss on those phone calls, that's it, they're going to lose the client. If they book them on a calendar and the client comes and then pays them, that's revenue in the business directly. So that's examples of things that you can do. You can set up a bunch of automations, you can build custom apps for them. So you need to pick an offer based on your skill set, based on your interest level, based on the niche that you have picked. You pick one of those. Next, you want to create some demos, because when you're going to talk to clients, obviously they will want to see like what is it that you're talking about. Can you show a demo? Can you kind of explain it? Very easy. Just go on YouTube and write like how to build a voice agent. Then follow one of the tutorials, use a template. That's it. You can set up this quickly in an hour. Or if you don't want to do it, you can outsource the work. This is personally what we do in my agency. We hire developers from Egypt, from overseas, like offshore devs, who cost like a fraction of what we would do. The nice thing as well is if they build a demo for you, they can also work on the client for you once you land the client. It's going to cost you very little. Like we usually pay like around 20% of the project size to developers. It's like a junior mid-level type developers. So you still make 80% margin, then you outsource the development, which gives you a lot of free time. And now the free time that you have, obviously you're going to use it to reach out to leads. That's what you're going to do. Like when I said you have to work 2 to 3 hours a day, that's basically what you have to do. For the moment you set up your offer, you have your website, your demo, the only thing you have to do every single day for 2 to 3 hours is to reach out to potential clients. So you reach out to them on LinkedIn, you connect on LinkedIn via DMs, you can use Instagram, you can use Google Maps, find local businesses, get their emails and reach out to them. There's a lot of different ways. You can also use communities like Reddit, you can use Facebook groups. We had some brothers in our community, they were using Facebook groups to send clients. Some use Reddit, some make content. There's a lot of different strategies. Some do cold calls, some go to events in person. Whatever you pick one and just double down on it, right? And here, for example, is with Google Maps, right? You write, for example, real estate agents in New York. Then you get like a lot of them. You go one by one, you zoom in, you find more, and you reach out to them, call them, whatever strategy you're comfortable with. And then obviously like the final step is you offer them something exciting when you reach out to them. You're not going to just try to sell them, right? You want to offer them something, maybe a free trial, like 1 week free to try your agent. And then if they want, then they pay, or you build something for them for free and they pay only if they're happy. This is literally what we did for this client. There was a $9.5 thousand automation for a law firm. So what we told them is we said, listen, we're going to split the project into 2 to 3 phases. The first phase is going to take us 2 weeks to build. You don't pay us anything. We just want you to sign a contract with us so we have an agreement. You pay us after we deliver at the end of those 2 weeks. This is what happened. We delivered, they were happy with the result. They paid us. It was close to half of the amount was paid in the first 2 weeks and then the other half was paid afterwards. That's how you start this business. This is how I started my business. In the first month, I made $11,000. This is how a bunch of brothers in our community made around like $5,000 to $15,000 on those deals. This is the methodology. Start this, follow it through. Within 90 days, inshallah, you're gonna land some clients. If you're interested to learn more about how this works, comment class under this video. I have a free private class that I'm doing. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything. Just comment the keyword class under this video and I'm gonna reply with a link to the class. You can sign up and you can join. It's going to be live and also there's going to be a Q&A and everything. I'm going to be giving like bonuses for free. So you can just sign up to this. Hope you benefit from it. Assalamu alaikum.